이거 완전히 김 빼는 말이죠.
He completely burst Peter's bubble.
아니 힘 좀 팍팍 줘야지.
He should have encouraged Peter.
하겠다는데 힘을 내서.
Because Peter was saying, I'm going to do this for you.
아니 세계 보고 하겠다 힘 팍팍 줘야지.
We're going to do world evangelism. Shouldn't God give us more energy and more power?
닭 울기 전에 네가 나를 세 번 보낼 거야.
But you're going to deny me 3 times before the rooster crows.
이건 또 뭐예요?
What is that?
예수님이 그런 말씀하셨어요. 나를 인하여 실족지 않는 자가 있다. 나를 인하여 실족지 않는 자가 복 있다.
He said, Jesus actually said, blessed are those who do not get discouraged on account of me.
베드로 보세요. 짭짭.
Look at Peter. He's posing. He's acting like he's going to do something for Jesus.
이거 진심이요.
But that was his heart.
진짜 중심이라니까.
That was his real intention.
이거 생명 거는 거 아니까 이거.
He was really staking his life.
어떻게 됩니까?
So what was the result?
그대로 세 번 맞죠.
He failed 3 times.
그대로.
He failed just as Jesus said.
우리가 생각할 때 하나님 좀 붙들어주셔야지.
According to how we think that God should have upheld him.
그래서 이렇게 생을 걸었는데
You know, the guy, he staked his life.
저렇게 중심이 좋은데
And the guy's intentions were so good.
한 번은 그래 두 번째를 붙들어주셔야지.
He could have denied him once, but the second time, Lord, you should have upheld him.
세 번 다 무너졌는데 하나님은 안 계셔.
He failed miserably 3 times, and God was nowhere on the scene.
내가 볼 때 베드로는 확실히 예수님 때문에 실족한 자예요.
From what I can tell, Peter definitely was discouraged because of Jesus.
그렇죠. 복음 때문에 했는데 왜 결과가 이렇게 되냐니까.
Right? Think about it. He did what he did for the gospel. Why did that happen to him?
굉장히 중요한 현장.
This is an important message.
성도들을 무엇을 충족시키냐.
How are you going to gratify the church members?
살리는 것은 영이니 육은 무익하다.
The spirit gives life, the flesh counts for nothing.
육신은 사망이다.
The flesh brings death.
영의 생각만 생명과 평안이다.
And only the thoughts of the spirit bring life and peace.
눈을 뜨시기 바랍니다.
Open your eyes.
사단의 속이는 현장을 잘 보셔야 돼요.
You need to be able to see very clearly the field of Satan's deception.
예수님이 만약에 베드로의 그런 중심과 열심과 하고자 하는 노력 그걸 보고 예수님이 축복했다면 이 말 할 필요 없습니다.
If Jesus had blessed Peter, having seen his devotion and his intention and his diligence, then we don't need to be talking about this.
그렇죠.
Right?
이런 사람의 특징 해놓고 넘어집니다.
But the characteristic of people who do these things, they do what they said they're going to do, and then they trip and fall.
그래도 괜찮습니다.
And that's still okay.
깨달으면
Because they just need to
너무
realize.
더야 깨닫습니다.
And you have to fall in order to realize.
그게 하나님의 계획.
Because that is God's plan.
Amen.
사람들이 무엇을 좋아하지 않습니까?
Do you know what people like?
쏙힘 속에 모르고 살아온 만큼 이 흑암의 실제성이 다 들어 있습니다.
As much as people do not know the reality of this deception, everyone is bound to this deception.
묶임은 반드시 고통을.
And that state of bondage absolutely brings suffering.
상처를 냅니다.
And it causes
그럼
wounds.
깨닫는 게 아니라 상처리는 자꾸만 더 건드려집니다.
And rather than realizing what's going on, the nature of a wound means it keeps getting touched and bothered.
그럼 그쪽 부분에 더 자꾸만 더 쳐려.
Then as much as you are hurting of something, then you're going to seek trying to get that need met even more.
어쩔 겁니까?
So what are you going to do?
아까 점심에 목사님하고 아침에 식사하면서 목사님하고 토론했어요.
Pastor Lloyd and I had forum this morning over breakfast.
토론 중에 제가 그런 말씀을 드렸습니다.
And during our forum, I said this to him.
예수님이 갈릴리 해변에서 보리떡 5개 물고기도 먹고 남자 장님만 5,000명을 배불리 먹고 남은 황제가 200 있어요.
Jesus fed 5,000 men plus more with 5 loaves and 2 fish, and there were 12 baskets left over.
왜 예수님이 일을 행하신지 압니까?
Do you know why God performed that miracle?
배고프니까?
Did Jesus do that because the people were hungry?
No.
No.
그렇다면 그분은 계속 살아계셔서 빵 줘야 돼요.
Then that means Jesus needs to keep living and give people bread.
죽으시면 안 돼요.
Jesus cannot die then.
그러니까 떡 먹고 배부른 사람들이 그걸 체험하더니만 예수님을 잡아 임금 삼아.
And that's why the people, once they ate and had their fill, they tried to catch Jesus and make him their king.
왜?
Why?
이 고통 속에 살아왔거든.
Because they live with the pain of hunger.
그런 만큼 참다 상처 속에 묶여 있고.
And because of that pain, they are bound to in that pain.
예수님 믿고 따라요.
So they say they believe in Jesus and they're following him.
예수님이 지금 오병이어의 기적을 행하시는 그게 충족시키라 그 일을 하십니다.
And the miracle of the 5 loaves and the 2 fish was not performed in order to fill their need.
근데 저들 충족으로 갑니다.
But those who received the miracle, they received it as self-gratification.
왜 예수님을 왕세우려고 해요?
Why did they try to make Jesus their king?
그 충족을 계속 지금 예수님을 통해 받으려고 하는 거예요.
Because they want Jesus to keep filling their need.
복음이 이걸 모르면 우리 인생을 위한 수단으로 만듭니다.
If we do not know this in the gospel, we will turn the gospel into our own method for our own life.
내가 그리스도와 함께 십자가에 못 박히고 그리스도 안에 부활의 생명사라를 이 실제를 얻어가는 것이 아니라 계속 인생이 우리 인생의 속힘을 위한 수단이 돼요.
It's not, the gospel no longer is gaining the gospel and gaining Christ through crucifying myself and attaining the resurrection of Christ daily. It's not that. We use the gospel now to get our own needs met.
왕삼을 하는 거예요.
They tried to make him their king.
왜? 그래야만 계속 이 자신들의 이 기준을 충족시킬 수 있는 왕이 필요하기 때문에.
Why? Because they need a king who can meet their needs.
그럼 예수님이 그 일을 해서 했습니까?
Then did Jesus perform that miracle to do that?
근데 떡 먹고 배부른 그 기적을 체험한 사람은 지금 어떤 기준으로 받아들이는 거예요?
But the people who received the miracle, they ate the loaves and the fish. What are they thinking when they're eating this?
예수님은 하시오. 제자들을 제쳐가서 배를 타고 빨리 건너가.
Jesus, as soon as everyone had done eating, he left his disciples, he got in a boat and he crossed to the other side of the lake.
그 자리에 있지 말라는 겁니다.
He's telling the disciples, don't stay here anymore.
이게 누를 것 같기 때문에 누르 번지는 누를 것 같기 때문에 여러분 사람들은 육신적인 사람은 이게 그대로 전염됩니다.
Because that flesh-based thinking, it's like yeast. It spreads very quickly. He told his disciples to leave quickly.
복음 안에서도 이 사단이 속이는 실제를 모르면요 그런 것은 금방 사람이 확거든요.
Even in the gospel, if we do not know this spiritual reality, things of the flesh will travel very quickly.
떠나.
So Jesus told his disciples, leave.
그뿐입니까? 예수님도 그들을 모르게 도망쳤죠.
Not only that, Jesus left the crowd without them even knowing it.
기다려 올라가셨어요.
And he went to the mountaintop.
예수는 없습니다. 복음의 실제와 상관없다는 걸 보여주는 거예요.
So he is showing us through that to those people there is no Jesus, there is no reality of Jesus.
그리스도 복음을 자신의 인생의 수단 계속 충족하는 거예요.
And so we now take the gospel and we're using it to fill and gratify our own needs.
예수님이 배를 타고 건너가셔서 제자들 만났습니다.
So Jesus took the boat, went across the other side of the lake, and he met his disciples there.
보니까 떡 먹고 배부른 자들이 보니까 예수님이 없었네.
And all these other people, they're done eating and they start looking around and Jesus is gone.
왜 예수님이 없어진지 모르겠어요.
They don't even know why Jesus left.
여러분 이걸 모르면 복음의 실제를 깨닫다면 자신은 복음 안에 있는 줄 아는데 전혀 실제와 상관이 없어요.
If you do not realize this, you are going to think that you are in the gospel when you actually have no idea what the reality of the gospel is.
그러면 그리스도 은혜 속에 있을 때 실제 속에 있을 때는 평안한